I got this Char B1 tank. This is my first bolt action figure. Thank you, Key 1. For the most part, it was pretty easy to build. A lot of parts only go one way, even with all the tiny bits. There were some annoyances. Like, I think they could have made it a little more obvious to halt on this part because the mortar is only for the French version, but I wanted the Flammpanzer because I thought it'd be cool. But those two parts are on the back of the instructions, and one version needs a whole different front. So I had to cut off the mortar and then glue on a different flamer and then fill it in with milliput. Then I primed it with FW black ink by the airbrush, and then covered the entire thing except for the treads in uniform gray by Army Painter, even being fancy by sticking the model to a bottle of paint. I didn't have any blue tack at the time, so I just used blue tape. Give the model an all-over wash with black wash. I used the Vallejo dipping wash, but the plastic jug kept sticking and feeling like it was going to crack and break, so I put it in a glass jar. Paint the handles of the tools with leather brown by Army Painter, and then I only used a tiny bit of silver, chainmail silver by Army Painter, on the tow hooks and the tools, and the exhaust. Then I used these little dragon things on the transfers, which is historical, but then I also put a flame decal from a 40K set on there, because I thought it would look neat. I'll eventually emphasize it by tracing around it with a fine tip pen. I like the tank back up with uniform gray, and then I painted the treads black, and then the raised edges was with deep gray. After a matte varnish, here it is. But what do you guys think? You think it turned out alright? Do you not? Let me know in the comments below, as well as hitting like button, subscribe button, and hype on mobile.